Hey, everybody.
GM.
GM.
Hello, everyone.
Santi, sir, welcome. GM.
Hello, Santi. Good morning.
I just had lunch.
I don't know if my push to talk is working or not.
No. I hear you. Yep.
It is.
Yep.
We hear you.
It's cool. We can give you mod, so you don't need push to talk if you want, if you prefer
I
that.
would love that. My keyboard would love you.
So let me give you mod. You can leave the chat and rejoin, and you won't need the push to talk anymore. But
Okay,
you will need to
here-
change that from config as well.
All right.
Is it working, Xcode, sir? That's not a good sign.
There we go.
Awesome, bro.
Perfect.
And my kid,
Perfect.
a couple of them anyway. So if you hear some children playing in the background,
That's completely fine. That's completely fine. Okay, I think we can get started right now with some introductions, of course. First, Dominic, sir, how are you doing?
Yeah, as always, got to start with the introductions. I'm doing really good today. Claim stakes are a super big deal in the Starless metaverse, so I'm really excited to talk about what we're doing with claim stakes, what we could be doing with claim stakes, just theory crafting, having fun, and talking about them. So glad to be here. Happy everyone's here. Hope everyone's having a good day. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. Happy Hump Day. That's all I got.
Awesome. That's great, bro. Jose, how are you doing?
doing great as well, friend. Excited to talk about claim stakes. They are the basis of Star Atlas economy. So yeah, it's going to be a good brew. Excited.
Awesome. And today we have a guest host, Xcode. How are you, Xcode friend?
Good. Just scrambling to get ready for this call.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So
Busy day.
yeah, I bet. I saw you in many calls today, friend. Thank you for taking the time to come here to the brew.
My pleasure.
Awesome. So yeah, guys, if you're new here, this is the Atlas Brew. What we do here is we theorycraft, brainstorm, and nerd basically about some different Star Atlas topics. As you know, this is open mic, so anybody can join the conversation. You just need to activate push to talk. But if you don't want to speak, you can also use the Atlas Brew chat. That is two chats above. And we are always reading that chat. So if you want to be part of the conversation, but you don't want to speak, just feel free to post your messages in the Atlas Brew chat. That is two channels above this one. And we will be reading because we have that chat open during the whole brew. I think we're ready to get started. This is the Atlas Brew number 59. Yes, Fun Cracker, I read that. I'm reading it. This is the Atlas Brew number 59, and we'll be talking about claim stakes. So before, of course, we'll do some noteworthy news, starting with the Atlas Star number 17, that it's out now, and you guys can find it in the link that Dominic will be posting in the Atlas Brew chat. But Jose, you are one of the masterminds behind the Atlas Star. What are the highlights for this one?
Yeah, this Atlas Star is focused on talking a little bit about the Star Atlas supply chain. The idea of this edition is to give you guys more context on what you can expect when we deliver the full vision of Star Atlas, especially the galactic economy. And a big portion of it is how claim stakes work. So I feel this will be a very good complement to the content of the Atlas Star. You guys will be able to understand the full loop of the Star Atlas economy. And on the sidelines, we had a very juicy roadmap update. I think we'll get into that in a little bit, right, Santi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And on the lore side, we are discussing the possibility, we discussed the story of an Ustur chef who pretty much started the gourmet age of the Star Atlas galaxy. You guys will see that it's a it's an important part of the Star Atlas society, the overall galactic community, the search for ingredients and food, especially the ones that you can only find in the high risk zone. So we have those informations alongside all the brews that we had during this last month. So I think it's worth checking out if you want to nerd about Star Atlas. That's for sure.
The people are asking what do Ustur eat?
Man, Usters eat pretty much anything, but you guys will soon learn about the biological aspects of the Ustur race. We can say it like that. So hang on a little longer. You guys will learn soon about more about the Ustur's physiology.
That's super cool. Super interesting. So yeah, guys, if you want to learn more about it, you can go to the Atlas Star, and Dominic posted the link in the Atlas Brew chat. Um, now let's move to the next topic, which is Core Episode 6 is coming out today. I think it's 2 hours from now or 1 hour from now. Dominic, do you have the exact time?
Say it one more
Putting
time.
you
Sorry,
on the
I was busy.
spot.
I was busy posting your meme.
Oh, okay, okay. Then you're
Priority.
forgiven, bro. Yeah,
are
priorities.
we talking about? Are we talking about core?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
When?
core. Yeah,
Core
yeah, yeah.
Episode 6.
1 hour. 1 hour for now. Just a reminder to everybody that is the end of Act One. So it's going to be a longer episode. And then there's one more caveat here is that the Magic Eden collectible cover will be 2 days delayed, but you can still get the Star Atlas cover today in 1 hour or 55 minutes, like
Okay.
Michelle said.
And it's this one is the end of Act, right? Like it's
Yep.
Core is going to go on a pause and for 2 months, if I'm correct. And this is the end of Act, which means that it's actually a longer episode. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Today's episode is a big deal. Big deal.
Yeah, and as a little alpha to get everyone excited, a
Wow.
long-awaited
Oh,
character of the Star Atlas universe will make its first appearance in the graphic novel. So
The
make
Newt
sure to.
Newt.
Yes! No, I'm
oh,
joking.
ah,
No,
man,
man, it's another character, a very special character that everyone here loves. So make sure to read this episode, guys.
that's awesome. That's great. Cool. So exactly in 53 minutes from now, according to Michelle, she posted in the chat. Um, so yeah, guys, stay tuned. There will be an announcement, of course. Um, then we wanted to go through some of the patch notes. We know that the feedback from you guys was to be a bit more like straightforward and direct when it comes to roadmap updates. So if you go to announcements, this is what we're going to be reading right now. You go to announcements and you see the last announcement. You will see that we announced the Atlas Star, and we also provided like some bullet points on each of the products with the key highlights on the roadmap report. So for the UE5 in the showroom, we have improved performance optimization. We added marketplace integration. That's not a small thing. Added marketplace integration to the UE5, the showroom. Then we have character customization tool in progress. First general pass of creating unique flight profiles for ships is complete. We added unique stats and bonuses to the ships. And in upcoming, we have the completion of the scope for our 2.1. On Sage, we have completed scavenger hunt internal playtest, polishing movement UX and UI, working on high fidelity designs for resource extraction and crafting, completed Sage program audits, and upcoming is launch scavenger hunt. Um, And then we have also the DAO and Play Star Atlas, and the DAO we have the Starboard. So our Web 2.5 authentication solution um, is called Starboard, and we're using that for proposal discussions. So we're working on that, and also the design for governance proposals is close to be finalized. And on play.staratlas.com, we of course launched faction claims. We polished the Galactic Marketplace, and the featuring pipeline now is the DAC platform.
Yo, take a sip of water, man. Damn. I gotta tell it to you now. Yeah, that
Yeah.
this update, the way we did this scratched my gamer brain really hard. Because I play League of Legends competitively, I've played Call of Duty. I like to play games competitively, and I look at patch notes a lot because that's where a lot of the meta shifting comes. But this really scratched that itch for me, and I'm glad some people messaged us, said they really liked it. So I'm glad people like this new format that we have, where we show you exactly in a very easy to read format what all the different patches are. So
Yeah,
Man,
I'm really curious about it. Sorry, Jose, to interrupt you, but I'm really curious what you guys think about this new format that we have, like for posting the updates on the products when we have roadmap reports. Tell me in the chat, guys. Do you like it? Should we improve it? Should we change it? We know that was the feedback before, to be more direct and straightforward, so you can actually read the bullet points from the announcement. Um, so I think it's easier to read it that way. Um, and easier to understand. So yeah, please tell us in the chat if you liked it. I see Funcracker saying huge improvements, roadmap looked really good. And Ghost Cat says he also doesn't like reading. That's fair. That's fair. That's why we did this.
that's not, man. You need to like reading. Sorry. Shame on you, Ghost Cat.
Just say you'll need to come up with the audiobook for the lore, bro.
Yeah, I guess that's the next step, right?
Yeah, yeah. We prefer your narration, people are saying. Wildcore says, just
Awesome.
so
Yeah, I'll do that.
you have a good
Everything for
voice for
the.
that.
Oh man, I don't really, but I'll do my best.
You do, Jose. You do. I'll play your audiobook before going to sleep and
We
dream
can we
about
can we can do
Infinite
dramatic
Gwent.
readings. We can do dramatic readings. You know, you, me, and Dominic. We create these episodes of the lore doing dramatic readings for
all
the
I'm gonna say
community.
here is I would definitely watch a Jose ASMR video where you just read lore. Let's make it happen.
No way.
Make it happen, man.
Yeah, needs to happen.
Awesome.
Needs to happen. The committee needs to push for that. You guys need to ask for it. I
Oh
really
my
don't.
god.
It's like you rapping.
Yeah. Thank you, Dom.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on.
Move
Yeah,
on.
we have there was some sneak peeks on the Ogrica 3-Pits engine room, the energy core. That was posted on Twitter. Dom, please post the link. You probably did already.
Yes, I'm trying to. Oh, there we go. Cool,
Okay,
dude. This
so the
stuff
link
is
is posted in the
so
Atlas Brew chat.
beautiful, so
Oh, you
beautiful.
posted the
Oh
pictures,
my
you bet.
gosh.
Yeah,
Unab's
look at that.
technology as
The
at its
three-pit
finest.
heart. Yeah, it looks really good. Somebody in the post we had in the community account, somebody said that the Ogrica art isn't that good, right, Dom?
Oh
I
my
saw
god. Don't get
something
me
like
Who
that.
started,
said
bro.
that? Who said
The,
that?
the
Some.
unpopular opinions.
Yeah. Somebody said it looked like a '90s game. Don't get me started though.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I already
Yeah.
found his address and I'm on his way right now.
No, oh my god.
Man.
Imagine you hear a knock on your door and it's Dom there to kick your ass because you said
What
something
is when you?
About the Greekas.
Yeah,
We
no,
can
but
handle a
seriously, guys.
70-year-old.
Seriously, guys, like this is some beautiful stuff. I mean, the Ogrika line, like I really like their vibe. So this is, I just not your ordinary JPEG, right? Like you go into your thrift pit, you go into the engine room, you see this, and it makes me feel some type of way. So I like this a
Man,
lot.
the first time I saw my Ogrica Tripit in Unreal Engine, I was like, man, what a JPEG, bro.
What a JPEG. Yeah.
What a JPEG, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The evolution of JPEGs.
the evolution of JPEGs.
Strap a chair to that thing, it could be a ship. And honestly, it looks like it could be a ship, right? It looks really cool too. I'd definitely buy it. But
You
nope.
mean the engine, the 3-bit heart?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it looks
But
I
no,
like
it's
the
just
guess,
an
yeah.
engine.
Ulrich. It looked like the Ulrich.
Yeah, what if though? What if?
What if? Yeah.
Dow proposal, make this also a ship. GG.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Awesome. And then the final noteworthy news that we have for today is that the claim state rewards were dropped. So mining drills and power plants, you should have that in your inventory to claim.
Yep. And just one little note there is that if you buy claim stakes tier 2 through 5, you're going to receive upgrade bundles instead of like a mining station that is that tier. So you'll need to upgrade those to your claim stake tier that you bought. But you can't do that just yet. I saw some confusion about that. Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those bundles are consumables. So
Yep.
you have everything you need to upgrade your tier 1 to the appropriate tier that you purchased.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
That's great. That's great. So now let's hop on the main topic. As you know, we have Xcode as our guest host today. Thank you, Xcode, again for joining and taking the time. We know you guys are super busy, so it's great to have you here, man. Great to
Thanks.
have you.
It's awesome. I love being in these.
Awesome. We'll be talking about claim stake, guys. Just a small disclaimer, as always. This is theory crafting. I know you guys say like, you guys are dropping alpha. This is how it's going to be. Blah blah. No, guys. No, guys. We break there. It's theory crafting. We'll be theory crafting about the future of claim stakes. We'll be going through some things on also how claim stakes work and everything. So all here is theory crafting, guys. Okay. That said, I
Good
think
disclaimer. Good
yeah,
disclaimer.
yeah.
Yeah, no
You know
financial advice as well.
You've done
need
this
to
no
before, huh?
financial advice. No financial advice.
Not
You know,
financial advice. Drink your water.
drink your
What
water.
else? What else we got?
Yeah, go touch some grass.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Okay.
important. Take some minutes to touch grass.
Happy
Go for a
birthday,
walk.
Viking and me.
Oh, happy birthday,
Oh
Benny!
wow! It's
It's
Benny's
Benny's
birthday.
birthday.
Congrats.
Oh wow!
Happy
We should
birthday,
have.
Benny!
We should do a party next time. You need to let us know beforehand, Benny. Happy birthday, Benny. We love you, even though you don't. You don't
Tag
love us.
Benny.
We still
Tag
love you.
Benny in the brew chat.
Yeah, I think everyone should tag Benny in the brew chat and tell
Yeah.
him happy birthday, guys. Everyone needs to tag Benny right now. There we go. There we go. All the tags. All the tags to Benny. He has been around forever. We love Benny, so
Yeah,
it's good to wish
Benny's a
him a
good
happy
friend.
birthday. Yeah, awesome. I love it. I love it. The gift from BB. That's great. That's great. Well, now I think we can get started. So we're going to be speaking about claim stakes, but the main question, of course, always is if you're new, what is a claim stake? Like, yeah, what is a claim stake? Just Xcode. Any one of you wants to take it?
Yeah, I think I can get us started. Claim stakes are pieces of infrastructure that allows us to explore the resources of a planet. It's basically you renting the planet's land from the population that exists there and acquiring, extracting, and using the resources there through the modules that we will attach on your claim stake. I think it's a good moment to give us a brief overview of what we know already about claim stakes as well. If you guys want to check this in depth, you guys can go to the stage menu and go to the appendix, and there is a section over there where you learn everything about claim stakes, everything that we have released so far, so you can be up to speed with our common knowledge on the subject. But basically, claim stakes are divided between tier 1 to 5, and all planets in the medium risk zone allows you to lay your claim stakes tier 1 in an unlimited quantity on any planet in the galaxy. The thing is that you'll be sharing the same resource pool with everyone else on tier 1. So let's say a planet has 100 claim stakes, tier 1. Everyone that deploys a tier 1 claim stake will be sharing the same resource pool. So it can become quickly non-profitable if everyone decides to go to the same planet. From
Not
tier
financial
2 to
advice.
non-financial advice, for sure. From tier 2 to 5, there are limited spots on each one of the planets, meaning that there will be a cap on the resource share of each one of those tiers. Something important to notice here is that claim stakes require you to provide maintenance, meaning that you need to produce the resources to keep your claim stake working, and also it requires you to pay a land tax on Atlas. And if you can't pay the tax, the government in the Star Atlas metaverse is as vicious as in real life, so he won't stake your claim and send you back to space.
Wow.
As you guys, another important feature is that claim stakes have resource emission bonus depending on their tier, and also storage capacity multipliers. This is especially important for the economy of Star Atlas, something that I will explore when we start theory crafting about this. But this is pretty much it. The only last aspect that I would like you guys to notice is that each one of the claim stakes has building slots, starting with 12 in tier 1 and going as far as 100 in tier 5. And those building slots are the spaces where you attach modules to your claim stakes. So for example, if you want to mine, you need to add to your claim stake a mining rig. And you also need to attach to it a power plant to provide energy to your mining rig. So this will create the meta of the claim stakes game, where players will need to make decisions about what they want to do with their piece of land. If you, for example, try to compete with lots of other players that are generating the same resources as you are, you'll probably have a hard time making your operation profitable. If you are harvesting something that's unique or that are few players doing the same, the chances are that you have a better outcome in your production. But we'll go deeper into this when we start theory crafting. This is the basics on claim stakes.
Wait,
Awesome,
wait.
Jose. Oh,
Can I
yeah,
ask a
Cracker?
question or two, three?
Or 4 or 5,
Two,
please.
three. Oh
2,
my
3. Wow,
gosh.
wow, wow.
I've
Brace
never
Let's
heard
go.
that
yourself.
one.
Bring it.
So okay. Let's say there's one planet and I put a tier 2 claim stake on that one planet. Do I get the same amount of resources? Let's say I have one mining drill, one power plant. Do I get the same amount of resources as if there will be 10 people with a tier 2 claim stake? Or do we share one pool and I get, let's say, 1/10?
There are two variables here on Krakatoa analysis. The first is the capacity of your operation. So for example, you have a tier 2, you have the ability to deploy 24 slots in your claim stake. So if you add more mining rigs, you'll be able to generate more resources on the planet, right? Because more mining rigs means you are more suited to mining exploration.
Yeah.
This goes with the equation on the share of the planet pool. So if you are the only one mining on the second layer of land, let's say it like that, you'd be, under quotes, the only one competing for the output of the planet on the tier 2. But that doesn't mean that you are able to mine everything because your mining operation is only so big. You understand what I'm saying here?
Yeah, completely.
Awesome.
But nonetheless, so besides that, I would have access to the full tier 2 pool. It's just limited by my mining
Capacity
capacity.
of extracting, exactly.
Yeah. But if there's like, so, okay, so you're talking about layers, now I get it. So that means that I do not have access to the tier 3, 4, 5 pools because they are
Exactly.
different layers. But if there is a, let's say 100, 1000, well, let's say 1000 tier 1 claim stakes are also present, but I have the only tier 2. Do I potentially notice less income because that tier 1 layer, am I thinking too concrete or like too
No, you are.
do I share some of that?
Yeah, the tier 2 claim stake, it will mine on the best. Assuming that you have a tier 2 mining rig, right? You are going to focus where you generate more income, let's say, or more resources output. So you are going to the deeper mining, you are going deeper into the planet.
Gotcha.
So the tier 1 won't impact you. This is the current thinking on how it's going to work.
I like it. Thanks, man.
Awesome.
Can I continue with the like 20, or is there how many resources, like different kind of resources are there on a planet? Like you won't have all 20 on each planet, or do you have all 20
No.
on each planet and they just share like
No. Yeah, you are we will start with 20 resources. This is like, as you guys know, we are testing everything, so the first adaptation of Sage will go with 20 resources. Not every planet, I don't think planets will have more than 4 resources, each one of them. But this is something that I am deducting from conversations that I had. It's nothing set on stone. This is my imagination on the object. But I would say that each planet would have max 4 different resources or something like this.
Okay, and is there differences between 1 and 4 or 5? So can a tier 1 claim gather all of these 4? Or okay.
No, not necessarily, ODVB.
No?
What I think it's no. Let me just conclude my reasoning. What I think it's going to happen, it's like, for example, you are on tier 1. And tier 1, let's say, oh, thank God someone posted, thank you, Paradise. Let's say you can find iron, copper, lithium, and platinum in your planet. On tier 1, you have like 80% chance you get iron, 10% you get copper, and 5% lithium and platinum. On tier 2, it reduces a little bit the iron and copper, and you get more on the rarer resources, As you go deeper, as you have a better claim stake, as you have better infrastructure, more efficient crew members participating, and everything that we have, you get better results, potentially. You know what I'm saying? This is somewhat the logic that we are using right now.
Okay, and then one little one, we can mine with the ships in the first iterations, right? Or something?
Yes,
Or,
yes. In
so
the first
it applies
iterations,
is it working like a claim in that moment, or is that different?
I'm afraid I don't know that one, friend.
So
No
I
problem.
believe the first iteration
thanks.
of mining is mining asteroids. So your ship can land on an asteroid and gather resources from it. The claim stakes and the mining that's done by them in Sage is coming in the V1 launch, which is out quite a bit.
Cool.
So quick
Awesome.
follow-up question.
Thanks.
If I may. My last question.
Yo, shoot it. We are loving it.
Is a mining drill and a power plant, let's say the tier 1 equivalents,
Mhm.
are they one building slot each, or are there some buildings that take up several slots from the
No.
get-go?
Yeah. I think
It's like Tetris.
Yeah, you can see that in the Sage manual, Funcracker. For example, mining drill is 1, power plant is 1, but if you go to shield generation, it's 3 slots, you know?
Gotcha. Yep, thanks.
No problem.
Been a while since I read the manual. Sorry.
No, don't worry.
We put you on the
And-
spot on that one, Funcracker, huh?
Yeah, that backfired, huh?
Yeah, I'm up to date, Funcracker.
Now
What can I
stop.
say? I
Let's
live
go,
for
Giuseppe.
Star Atlas.
Let's go, Giuseppe. Let's go. Lordo, I think Lordo has a
Yeah,
question,
yeah.
and then we move to the next
Yeah,
topic,
yeah.
guys.
How does
please.
that work with the high zone later on? Like, do you still need the higher tiers to be able to do the high level resources, or
Yeah, for sure, friend. Yeah, in the high risk zone, it's the same thing but with steroids, right? And here, let's go a little deep into the theory crafting, right? You guys see that there are modules in your claim stakes that are used for defense, right? As I just said right now, we have things like shield generators, but we also have things like defenses, which are which have weapons to defend yourself from attacks and things like that. When we are talking about the high risk zone, we are talking about the rarest resources in the galaxy. Most, if not all, the resources of the high risk zone are outside of the list of the R20 that you guys know about. And we have one resource, for example, that I don't know if I can say this. Okay.
Say it.
You guys
just do it? Come on, it's for example.
Just put
Okay.
the words "in theory" in front of
yeah,
everything you
yeah,
say.
yeah. I'm going to share something
Purely
that's-
theory
it-
crafting, right?
It's purely theory crafting because
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't approved. It wasn't approved. I'm pushing for approval, but it wasn't approved yet. And this resource, it kills. It's a subproduct of mining other stuff. And it's lethal. Lethal. It kills any other species aside from oosters that stays a long time
Oh my god.
breathing it.
That's biased. Let me tell you that. That's
That is
biased.
Bro.
You're
so
Rooster.
biased.
Bro,
Yeah, yeah.
Bro,
It
they-
doesn't
Holy
kill
moly.
Roosters.
Bro,
Wow.
bro,
yeah,
Thank
yeah, yeah.
God
bro,
it hasn't been approved
Finally,
yet.
useless
Bro.
for my slave army.
bro.
As an
let me-
internal Oni, I will be blocking that 100%.
Let me
My
say,
X on
let me
that.
tell you guys something. I don't make the rules. The galaxies exist the way it exists.
There's
you
no
know?
way.
I'm just the
Listen, man.
vessel. I'm just the vessel. I'm just I'm just a messenger. But the thing is that this material, it's a subproduct of mining a very precious resource in the high risk zone. And what happened in that planet is that no one knew about this. This material, it would leak from the depths of the planet, and it started to poison people, and suddenly everyone on the planet but the oosters died. Just after this happened, that they could figure out the existence of this thing. This example that I shared with you guys is something to illustrate how dark and high risk the operations in the high risk zone are. But on the other side, where we have high risk, we have high rewards. So yes, if you want to go deep into the planets where the rarest of the resources are, you need to have good mining claim stakes with high level mining rigs. But you also need shields, you need protection, you need to have data runners checking the environment so you can understand the risks of where you are going. So yeah, we want the high risk zone to be very, very cool
High
in a
risk.
way. Yeah, high risk, but also something cool like you need to understand the zone. You need to learn how to play the high risk zone game, You get burned eventually, but you learn from your
Oh.
experiences.
You know
And
what the high risk zone kind of reminds me of a little bit. Have you guys ever seen the Maze Runner movie?
Yep.
yes,
The first movie where they're like they have to explore the maze and then they're like trying to find a way out for the rest of the party. It's kind of like that, right? Like when the high risk zone is
exactly,
first
man.
introduced, like you're gonna send out runners to like map out the high risk zone because you're not gonna want to go in there without like knowing anything. There's like poison everywhere. There's people trying to rob you. Things are happening,
Exactly,
and yeah. So
exactly. It's like you go to a planet, you find a fruit, you eat that fruit, you feel well. Whoa, this fruit made me strong, and something like that. But then you catch a disease, and your character dies 1 month later. Things like this
That's
will
wild.
happen.
I love
You
that
know.
from the high risk. It
Uh,
needs to be high risk,
no,
high risk, high
where
reward.
can I vote
Well,
against that?
no,
guys,
but
let me be the party pooper here a little bit. Let me be the party pooper here a little bit. Let's move on. We're going like we need to keep it on claim stakes. Let's talk about claim stakes. And we also have Xcode
Right.
here with us.
Who is
And
Xcode?
Xcode, we know you were really building there the faction claims program. That is what we recently launched, and that is the program that allows you guys to mine resources for your fleets right now. But Xcode, can you explain us just a little bit briefly what the program is, like what it is basically? Anything that we missed?
Sure. So, really, really high level. We set out to build claim stakes into Score. It was like, hey, this will be easy. We'll just add this to Score. And when we started to look at it, it became really obvious that Score was built as a single purpose tool, and what we really wanted was a platform. And we wanted to incorporate new technology like Starcom, which is our MMO server for those that don't know. And so what Starcom does is reads the blockchain, and it provides real-time data about what's happening on the blockchain to our apps. And so Faction Claims does that. Score does not. Score uses RPC requests, and it pulls data, and there's lots of latency there, and lots of latency is a few milliseconds in Solana world. But what Starcom does is it gives us real-time data, everything that's happening in our ecosystem. So we saw this as an opportunity to reuse the design and the look of Score, but under the hood, it's a very different thing. You have Starcom providing data about your claims, and you have a simple stake, and resources are generated over time, and you get to claim those. So what we have there is a big improvement in our platform and this real-time data system working. And in theory, we have a system that we could build on. Whether we see that building happening through the growth of faction claims, or whether you just see it in accelerated Sage development or in small tests that we do internally, I'm not sure yet. But in theory, the faction claim system could incorporate mining drills and power plants to increase R4 production. In theory, we could use that as a test bed to get off of this unlimited R4 tranche and that's provided by the DAO, and switch it over to faction claims and just let those claim stakes produce R4 for limited periods of time, and we could watch the R4 usage. We could and do all that. So what we've been doing this week is Econ has been gathering the data about R4 generation, and we've been looking very carefully at what Score uses, what Faction Fleet uses, and we're now looking at how many claim stakes are there? What would it look like if everyone in Score had to rely on these claim stakes for their R4 generation? Now, there's no plan to make that switch right now, but we're definitely able to accurately guess and just look at what it might look like. In theory, this same mechanism could be extended to other game pieces. You could put a Tigu in your claim stake, and it could boost the loyalty of the guy scanning or something, and that has some kind of repercussion on productivity. So this system that we built has all this flexibility to add and remove different NFTs. Now, I don't think that we're gonna I don't think you're gonna hear any announcements in the short term about that, but just know that we have this tool at our disposal and that we're making use of it behind the scenes, whether or not we actually ship a new feature on faction claims. So that's a whole lot. I'll just throw that out there and see what you guys think. This is meant to be theory crafting. I can answer questions about technology that's there. I can answer questions about the build process and what that was like if you want. We can talk about a little bit about Sage and the roadmap for that, what faction claims might look like, but in your guys'
That's super
court
cool,
now.
man.
Man,
Thank you for
this is
sharing that.
awesome.
So basically, like with how the program is built now, what you said is you can put things on top of the claim stakes, and in theory, could even give utility to anything that is currently in the Atlas marketplace using the
Yep.
claim stakes, right?
Yep. That's right.
Xcode, can I go wild and you correct me if I'm wrong here?
Sure.
So imagine that we have guilds, and guilds will have their own institutional claim stakes. And we are using the deck platform to create this ecosystem where the guilds will give players permissions to go to the claim stakes, work on them, even get the supplies from their deposits and storage, and fly them to space stations inside this star system on other star systems. They will be able to negotiate, sell the goods, buy new materials or items that the guild needs, come, deliver them back to the claim stakes, and all of this will generate a true economic loop. And the deck platform would allow then us to have a proper we'll have the division of work between guild members, people working on the guilds and getting wages. Would that be possible in the future? Something that you envision happening?
Yeah, and you described it quite accurately. The DAC platform MVP would incorporate the pieces of guild registration, member management, and role management. And those roles could be broken into as fine details as this person is allowed to sell this one resource in this sector at this time. You could get that fine with those details.
Wow.
The initial implementation will probably look like this member has this role. They're a lieutenant, and that lieutenant rank is allowed to manage the shipyard, or they're allowed to manage the guild resource pool, R4 pool, or they're allowed to promote anyone who's a lower rank than me to up to including my own rank, kind of thing. That's all within the realm of possibility in the MVP. And then the much finer details about passes for different sectors that your guild is friendly to, being able to transact with specific people at specific times, or have access to a specific ship which is carrying a specific cargo. I could totally see that happening within the realm of possibility in the DAC platform. And then that gets into guild treasury, which is a different version, next version kind of thing, where multi-sig and treasury and all that becomes a thing. But yeah.
Guys, do you understand how wild this is for Star Atlas? This means that pretty much anyone can have a job inside our metaverse. We can have people working on the Star Atlas metaverse 24/7, because those mining operations, like for example, we'll need people to mine the resources, we'll need people to defend the resources, we'll need people to go to the storage, pick the resources and go to other star systems to sell the resources for a better price. We'll have people doing arbitrage, we'll have people doing diplomacy, flying across the galaxy, and everything will be intertwined and controlled by the guild's leadership. This allows us to have a true economy inside Star Atlas. And it's coming super early. It's on the pipeline. They are doing right now, Xcode and the team is. The next step is just working for creating this DAC platform, and Sage is right around the corner as well. Finally, the pieces that will create the Star Atlas economy, the economy where any player from anywhere in the world can start aggregating value and seeing things being built and created and progressing, man, it's coming alive. It's super exciting, man. It's super exciting.
I see Agent Solus had a really good question here about bundles that just came out. I want to touch on that if that's okay.
For sure.
Go for it, my friend. Of
Okay.
course.
So question was upgrading claims. The bundles and power plants and mining drills that came out, are they just for mining rig and power plant, or are they for the claim stake as well? So the bundles are specific to the power plant and mining drill. And think of it as a suitcase full of resources, and there's enough resources in that suitcase. You open it up and you can take your power plant and you could upgrade it by 1 level. And so if you have a L2 bundle, you can take a L1 and upgrade to L2. If you have an L3 bundle, you can take an L2 and bring it to L3, but not a level 1. You need both bundles. So you need every bundle to get from one level to the next, all the way till the latest thing that you're going to build. Once you've used that resource bundle, it's burned, and the resources are part of the claim or the power plant or the drill. Once you deconstruct your building, it gets deconstructed into resources and not into a claim NFT. So think of you as owning a claim NFT. I think this is I could be wrong, but this is how I understand it now. You have a claim NFT that's in a flat pack structure that fits in a particular ship, and I don't have the charts around, but we know that certain claim stakes need certain size ships to transfer them. Once that thing's been transferred and deployed, the only way to deconstruct it is to take it down into its base resources, and then you'll need a certain ship size to move those resources to another planet. And then you'd have to start construction from zero. You wouldn't have a tier 1 claim anymore. You'd have all the resources to build whatever structure you had, maybe minus some kind of burn cost. Don't quote me there, but maybe some kind of like you don't get 100% back for what you put in type deal.
Exactly.
Xcode.
Yo.
Follow-up question on those upgrade bundles. Is the idea that those are required, or can I also in the future upgrade mining drills with raw resources? And does this bundle just give me some potential speed benefit because like already halfway there, or something to that extent? Because I do understand, I think that we can also potentially create those bundles ourselves.
So the bundle idea came up because we committed to delivering the same tier of power plant along with a claim stake that you bought during the sale over the holidays. And the question was, do we want to have these structures, NFTs that we're giving out, or does it give us more flexibility to give out resource bundles? And does that fulfill our commitment? And it did. So there's more flexibility giving out resource bundles. You won't be collecting resource bundles. I don't think you won't be building bundles, and I don't think that they'll have any kind of bonus. It won't be like improved build speed or anything like that. Not that I know of. It's literally just a convenience thing. And yes, maybe we'll have bundles of resources for everything, just so that people know, oh, if I'm buying this thing, I have exactly what I need for this upgrade path. That shouldn't limit you from using raw resources during your upgrade path, as far as I know.
I think there'll be a potential missed opportunity. I think it'd be pretty cool if people can actually assemble those upgrade bundles themselves and sell them. And if you have if you shave off like 50% or whatever, some percent of the time that you need to upgrade it, then it actually also will have some additional value besides of course, the components that are in there.
Right.
I think it would be very interesting in the industry where you have like off the shelf, you need to go from 1 to 2, buy this bundle, you'll gain a little bit of time while doing so, and perhaps you can get 80% of the resources, but there's one more rare resource now in there, or I think it might be cool.
I think that sounds cool too. Hasn't come
That
was the entire concept of the game.
Yeah.
Xcode,
Yeah.
I had a question. You were mentioning you created all this new defection claim is different from score, and you created this so you can implement more things or something. So I was wondering, is that for Sage or for score? Because also for defection fleet and claims, because the claims will run out like score, right? Like they will run out.
So okay, I think I know how to answer your question. It was when we looked at building this, we said to ourselves, why wouldn't we use the new tech that we have coming down the pipe? Even if we do depreciate this app, and even if it doesn't get any more love at all, why would we just build on old tech? Why wouldn't we stretch our team and try using the new version of Starcom, try using the new version of Factory. So why wouldn't we try to upgrade the marketplace along with these, like getting rid of tech debt and cleaning up code and stuff? So the build actually took a lot longer than we had originally planned, but it was because we wanted our team to stretch and build with new tech and have the cross teams working together.
There's nothing planned to expand it right now or something like that.
That's right. There's nothing planned right now to expand on it.
I have
in theory, guys.
In theory.
Yeah.
In theory.
Two more questions for the claim stakes. First, will there be any crew required at some point, or is it all fully automated things? And can I build some production facility, like for crafting, on my claim stake? Is there something like a plant or something like a production plant or something, or
do you mean in
makes the
Sage,
plans?
like down the road?
So yeah, I put my claim down. I have these squares. I put my power source in there, my drill, and can I craft in there right away, or do I have to go to a space station to craft, or
Right.
is there something
You need-
building on my claim where I can like craft things?
There is a building called Refinery where you can craft R4, and there will be other modules probably, but the more complex stuff can only be made in CS lands. On the space stations and the central space stations.
So it needs to be transported, and with the crew, that makes no sense, right? Like there's no crew required for any of this.
I want the
Like for the refinery, you should have some crew there or something.
Yeah.
Does it the refining?
The current thinking is that the crew members will be the ones doing everything, and their skill level will impact the production.
So there will be crew on the stakes at some point, at least, or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's how
okay.
I envision it for sure.
Okay, thanks.
Cool. I see a question in the chat that says about claim stakes. Do we have information on what it takes to upgrade from tier 1 to tier 2 and so on, or haven't we shared this yet?
Can you ask it again? Sorry.
How they can upgrade from tier 1 to tier 2 to tier 3 and so on.
Okay. My understanding right now to upgrade a claim stake from tier 1 to tier 2 is by adding resources to some kind of queue, and then once the queue is full, timer triggers that enables this build process to happen, and then you end up with a new claim. But that's kind of I'm not really involved in the game design at all, so I just have little bits and pieces, and all of that is subject to change. But the mechanism, as I understand it now, is like you put resources in. Once you hit a certain threshold, the thing upgrades to another tier, and then again, you get a pretty good idea of what your building will look like after you deconstruct it, because you know how much you've put in. You've put in 100 tools or whatever. I don't even know what the resources will be requirements for building claims, but hope that helps.
Cool. Yeah. That helps. Thank you, man. Someone unmuted?
Do the claim
I forgot
stakes
something else. Also, okay.
Wait, Lordo now.
Sorry. Do the claim stakes come with crew, and do we need crew to utilize them? And where do we get crew that is specialized in harvesting, mining, or anything?
Yeah, it won't come with crew, as far as I know. And there will be ways in the Stratos universe to recruit crew members. Universities are the main resources for that, from what we saw in the white paper and economic papers. And I think every university will generate crew members from different specializations. So you need to go to market and acquire them, or you can train someone else from scratch to become proficient in all those different careers.
Right. Okay, Obi.
And I had a question. Is there anything required other than power for my claim stake? Like, do I need some resources? Or do I need to repair something? Or is it just
Yes.
I put a power plant down and I have the energy for everything? Or do I need something else?
Yeah, if you go to the Sage manual, again, someone that didn't read the Sage manual literally, I'm joking. It says what the maintenance costs are. For example, some of them require only power, other requires repair kits, like the gas harvesting module. Each one of them will require different things, and your crew members will also require their sustenance. So yeah, guys, holding and making sure your mining operation works is going to be some work. But hopefully, if you play your cards right, it's also going to be very entertaining and profitable, not financial advice.
Yeah, sorry and thanks.
Cool. Yeah, a lot of I really recommend to give the Sage game manual a read. If you guys are curious about claim stakes, I think it's in the last part of Sage game manual part 2, right, Jose?
Exactly, it's on the appendix, the last thing.
Okay, so I just
Uh,
shared
And
in the
like,
chat the link to
since
the
Xcode
Sage
is
game
here, we
manual.
should milk him a little bit more. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like
Okay, I'm gonna milk. I'm gonna give
what's
some milk.
after the claims?
I've got something for you. No, no,
Yeah,
no.
what
Here, here.
what's after this? What you're working on right now? Like, what's the next step for you? You going into Sage or into UE5 or
No, no, no.
what we
I'm
can
gonna
expect?
answer Club Agent Solstice's question first. So he said, "Will Jeeves manage our stakes?" Okay, which is a legitimate question because we try and build open source tools for all of these things, right? So, the tools that are required for depositing and harvesting and withdrawing are currently being looked at as candidates for being added to Factory, which would allow something like um, the club's auto refill tool bot to manage those claims on your behalf. So it's in the we're talking about it stage right now. So yeah, and then as far as what our team is moving on to, we're shifting gears completely to DAC platform. So think of the Portal team. The team that I work on has been very like multifaceted. We've been working on the core, the graphic novel, this claim stakes. We have been in some capacity working on DAC platform. We've also been maintaining Portal, like the Play website and the Galactic Marketplace. Like that's all done with a team of 5 engineers. So our focus is shifting from this multifaceted thing to focusing just on DAC platform. It's a big project. There's a lot of complexity in that, and we will be taking a 2-month break on core to let the writers kickstart the next season of that, and that'll help us focus on building DAC platform. But we have order book history is like up and running, but it's gated right now, so only the developers can see it. And we had to do that because there's no way to look at order book history on DevNet because none of your orders are on DevNet. So I'm not going to tell you how, but we can actually see order history, and we're planning on launching that feature soon, very soon. But yeah, it is live, and people can on the team can look at their orders and see what's coming. So that's kind of a just something we've been working on, picking away at over the last few months. But yeah, that's what our team is shifting its focus to, DAC platform.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. That's awesome, man.
Man,
And going back to what you said, so in the future, there's going to be that possibility of building things on top of the claim stakes program, kind of like the auto resupply from Jeeps, right?
Sure. So that what I meant there was like Factory will could include depositing, claiming, and withdrawing as some of the open source functions that are available, and that would allow Jeeves or other people's bots to manage their claims for them. Yeah.
That's cool. And do you have like any other ideas on things that could be built on top?
Yeah. So in theory, I would love to see utility for mining drills and power plants. but I'd also like to see the other rewards, like I mentioned, Tigu. I would love to see Tigu actually boosting productivity. I'd love to see the cargo pods, the crafting stations, the resource bundles. So even though the idea is that these bundles are burned in Sage, it doesn't mean we couldn't apply them to a resource generation boost for holding them and adding them. Those are the kinds of things I would like to see. Again, the sky is the limit. We could put any NFT. You could take your ship out of Score, stop generating Atlas, and put it in a claim stake, as long as it had a space station attached, and then you could say, oh, there's no auto sled taking resources to the space station anymore. It's now my Fimble Lobby, which is a transport, doing that for me. And so there's a boost there, in combination with a star base or whatever, right? So if I had all the time in the world and all the resources in the world, I would put a team on that. But the reality is, we don't have all those resources right now, and we're focused on DAC platform. And what I do hope is that because we have these tools, that we're continually increasing the release of Sage, right? Because all of this wouldn't even be a discussion if Sage was out tomorrow, right? We would all focus on that and be building in there. So I don't know, maybe we will see some improvements to faction claims. Maybe some of the structures that have come out will be included in that. But at this point, it's not on the roadmap, but it's definitely helping, and it
can be done.
In theory, it can be done. Not even in theory, it can be done. But
it can be done.
yeah. It's just a matter of timing and resources and all that. And honestly, I think in the very short future, you'll be just like so excited to see what's coming down the pipe with Sage that everybody will agree that our focus should be on that, right? And anyway, very exciting.
So John, do you have perhaps already some kind of ETA on the very first MVP of the DAC platform?
That's a
Don't
tough
fall for
one,
that,
man.
John. Don't fall for
Whoa.
that,
Careful,
John.
John.
Yeah,
Keep it steady.
They're trying to get you, man.
I know. So I don't, but you know what I would like to do with it is I'd like to get it done, and then I'd like to release it, not just release it as fast as possible. I'd like to release it along with something else, some other big feature or some other big product launch as a multiplier. Like, we've been forced over the last year, 24 months to just release everything as fast as we can. And now we're getting to the point where we have a foundation of tools and foundation of game loops and software. And I think DAC platform can be a multiplier for a bigger product release and not just its own product. So I know I had been talking with guild leaders about getting it out as soon as possible, and I know there's a desire for that. But I think if we are strategic about it, we will finish it and launch it as a when it will have the biggest impact. That's my hope, anyway.
So I hear there's a cool event coming up July 18th.
Yeah, right. I don't think it
Careful.
will be ready by that cool event. That's my personal opinion.
Okay.
Okay. So
But,
we are over the hour now.
yeah.
John, I just wanted to toss you the mic again and see if there's anything that we missed that you would like to say or cover before we close.
No, just that I love being here talking to you guys. So don't be shy. My DMs are open if you want to ask questions and stuff. I'll probably just tell you I can't tell you, but I'm always available if you hit me up.
That's awesome. So yeah, guys, we are going to close now. But thank you so much, John, for joining, and thank you to everyone who joined today. I think Xcode deserves some W's in the chat, guys. I think we should tag him with some W's, spam him, because it's a W that he's here. Thank you so much, man. Jose, Dominic, anything to close?
No, I think this was a very cool brew. I think the time was too short to cover everything that I wanted to talk about. But
Can I say one more thing before we close?
for sure.
Can I give a shout out to my team for killing it, building the
Yes,
faction
yes,
claims?
yes,
Please
yes.
do.
Absolutely.
So
Please
so
do it.
my team killed this. It was not an easy build. There was a lot of moving parts. The the Starcom team killed it, and the blockchain team killed it. And I think you guys can see that we had a very smooth launch. There was a few little bugs, and they're all taken care of now. But like behind the scenes, everything was very, very busy, and the way that we delivered everything was awesome, and the teams worked really well together. And like huge props to the various teams, to our team lead Ryan Moreau, for really tackling the new tech in the blockchain side. We're growing a bunch of front end Web 2 engineers, and we're teaching them blockchain as we go here, and all of that is going to be very useful for the new products that we're building. And I just wanted to say thank you and great job, and that goes for everybody on my team and the Starcom team and the blockchain team. They did a great job.
Awesome, man. Yeah, deserves
Huge shout out to them.
Props to all the guys.
Yeah, you guys
Props
killed
to all
it.
the guys.
Super smooth launch.
Super smooth. Yeah. Dominic, sir, any closing thoughts?
Today was a good one. I feel like, we always say it, but I feel like we really could go on for like 6 hours talking about claim stakes, talking with John about it. I really enjoyed today's brew and appreciate everyone coming to the episode. So have a good rest of your day from me, and I'll pass it over to Jose.
Yeah, man, today was a really good brew. I am excited for the future of claim stakes. There's a lot to talk about on this front still, but we'll get there. I'm excited for the next brew as well. We'll keep going, pushing, because Star Atlas is entering a new phase with new releases, so exciting times are ahead.
Awesome.
And just one reminder that Core Episode 6 is out now on the Star Atlas Marketplace, and the Magic Eden cover is going to be 2 days delayed. So just wanted to give a quick reminder there.
Yeah, but people can get the Star Atlas cover already, right?
Yes, working on that announcement right now.
I just clicked deploy, so it's going to be 30 seconds. Nice. I got distracted.
Fair. It's fair. Live deploy. I love it. Okay, guys. So awesome. This was the Atlas Brew number 59. Thank you everyone so much for joining. Special shout out to John and team for coming here and answering all the questions. Much appreciated, and we'll for sure invite you again, John. I know when you have some time you join, but yeah, we'll keep inviting you, man.
Thank you.
So
my pleasure.
Yeah, man, awesome. So thank you everyone. This was Atlas Brew number 59. We talked about the claim stakes, and see you next Wednesday at the same time as always. Ciao.
Same time next week. Ciao.
Thank you.
See ya.
You're listening to 426 FM, Star Atlas Radio. Keep on tuning for the best programming and the best music. Only here. Star Atlas Radio.
Yeah, and you can watch it on Twitch TV as well. Yeah, on YouTube and Twitch.